Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the voting session that we're about to have here for the 1993 Eurovision Watch Along that we've just finished a while ago, almost like more than an hour ago. I know it takes time before the voting happens, but I'm working. Trust me, I'm working non-stop in in really adding everything in, and it's a long process. There's a lot of votes to get in, need to arrange everything, and then need to import everything. And yeah, it's a long process, but um, we got there in the end. And I hope you don't think that it's too long of the time. I was really like working up until like it was basically spot on midnight, and then I finished. I added in the final televotes. Groot, you're on mute. I'm gonna don't challenge me. Don't. Okay. Anyway, the voting is well, it's not complete because you haven't like everything is prepared. All that is left is basically just to show the results or like the whole voting procedure. I can already tell you that the televote will be larger than the jury vote today because the televote we got more people voting today, which is awesome. Like the more people who join, the more fun it is for like the more people can be involved with the fun, because I do think that this is a lot of fun to just host these watch alongs and watch together. So we have a few more voters today. I do believe it's 67 jury voters as always, and I do believe we had 82 televoters, so a total of 149. I think it was something like that. I might not be completely 100% on the amount, but still, there are more televote points to give out than jury points today. Here is the whole. Here's the scoreboard, basically. Oh wait, that looks a bit weird. I'll just delete the top there. Does that look a little bit better, maybe? Um, so yeah, I want now before we start the whole voting session here, I want some predictions. I want a top three. Do I want a top five? I want a top five. What songs will be in the top five? Top three is okay as well if you want to share that. But predict top five. I think this is a very open year. I think there's a lot of songs that could be towards the top, and we'll see which ones end up there. I'm looking forward to seeing some predictions of which ones you think. Thank you, Alipan. Appreciate it. Uh, Appreciate that as well, Dutch City, to give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, if you want to, you're free to do so. Top three prediction: Turkey, Israel, Belgium. Um, Turtle Jones, I mean, if you're correct, then cookie for you. We got some Norway, Denmark, Greece, Ireland, France, Denmark, Ireland, Norway, Greece, Bosnia, Greece, Ireland, Sweden, Norway, Ireland, Sweden, France, Norway, Greece. A lot of like recurring countries. I think Ireland's been in every single one so far. Not a lot of UK though. Not a lot of UK. Not a lot of Switzerland either. We'll see. We'll see. I think we're just gonna get right to it. There's 67 juries and a lot of televote points to get through. 25 songs, so let's just start right away. Jay Sora, first voter, out of 67. Lower points are on the screen there, so these are the first points. The first 8 points go to France, the first 10 to Austria, and the first 12 of the evening goes to Ireland. So they are our first leader today. Next up will be Mario. And these are the first votes from Mario. 8 points to Switzerland to move up into second. 10 points to Austria to take over the lead. And the 12 goes to Norway. So currently we have Austria in the lead after 2 sets of 10 points. Interesting. I did not expect that. Turt is the third voter. And these are the first few points. Combine the points for Slovenia, Bosnia, and Croatia and call it the Yugo score. Sure. 10 points to Ireland here, and the 12 from Turt goes to Bosnia and Herzegovina, which puts them up in fourth. Next will be ESC Fan France, the fourth voter. And these are the lower points. 8 points to Denmark there. 10 points to Cyprus, their first points actually. A big 10. And the 12 to Bosnia and Herzegovina puts them up into second there. Ireland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Austria, the current top three after 4 sets of votes. Asterios embracing the bangers. Indeed. Let's see which ones those are. 8 points to Austria there. 10 points to Ireland at the top, and the 12 to United Kingdom. Puts them up in 4th there. Next will be Rose from Latvia. And these are the lower points, all of them on the left side of the scoreboard so far. 8 points to Malta there, their first points. 10 points to the UK, up into 2nd. And the 12 goes to Sweden to put them up in tied for 5th with Greece there. Still 4 countries yet to score points: Turkey, Belgium, Finland, and Israel. We'll see how soon that will happen. Georgie K gives Finland their first points, 4 of them. 8 points to Norway there. 10 points to Switzerland, puts them up in the top 5. And the 12 to Ireland, who are putting away a little bit. They're at the top now, 23 points ahead of the UK. But we have a lot of voters to go, of course. Servan Wickrath is voter number 8. Iceland moving into the top half there. 8 points to Sweden. 10 points to Netherlands. And the 12 to Denmark puts them all the way up into tied for 2nd, actually. Ireland has a big lead, and then everyone is very close to each other after that. From the UK all the way down to Netherlands, France there. Hugo is the next voter. 8 points to Bosnia there. 10 points to Sweden. And the 12 goes to the United Kingdom, puts them up in 2nd. Groot, do voters who submit faster have a higher chance of ending up in the jury? No, but if you submit faster, you will be earlier in the jury vote. That's really the only thing. Doesn't matter when you submit as long as you're within the deadline to get into the jury, but then you will be towards the end of the jury if you submit late. 10 points to Denmark there from Jere, and the 12 to Sweden. Sweden up into 2nd there, closing in a little bit on Ireland as well. Vitali from Ukraine is the next voter there. Belgium's started to rack up a few points, actually. So only Turkey and Israel down there at the bottom now. Germany with 8, 10 points to Switzerland. And the 12 goes to Denmark, puts them up into 3rd place there, ahead of the UK. So Ireland, Sweden, and Denmark are current top 3, as Addy Starr will be the next voter. Puts Finland into double digits. Germany to the left side. 8 points to Ireland, 10 points to Greece, and the 12 goes to Norway. It feels like very widespread voting so far, which is really nice to see. There are a lot of strong songs this year, of course, and it's a lot of different, like, people have different favorites, and that's always really cool when we don't really have any runaways, which we might end up having, of course, but so far it's not looking like it. Yanis gives 10 points to Greece and 12 points to Norway. So Norway closes in up there as well. Groot's grandma, next voter, voter number 14. 8 points to the Netherlands there. 10 points to Sweden to go up into 2nd. And the 12 goes to Norway. Moves all the way up into 5th with that. Next is Alexander Pagels. Lower points are shown there. Italy moves to the top half with those. 8 points to Greece. Goes on the top 5. 10 points to Sweden. Closing in on Ireland there. And the 12 goes to France to move ahead of Austria and Portugal. Sweden only 3 points behind Ireland now. Vyacheslav, 16th voter. Finland to the top half there now. 8 points to Ireland. 10 points to Sweden. 1 point between them. And the 12 to Norway, all the way up into 3rd. It goes, but it's a little further behind Ireland and Sweden, who have a little bit of a lead now. Ivanik, next voter here. Austria moves out of France there. No other movements. Oh, big movement for Luxembourg there. 8 points. 10 points for Malta. Also big movement. And the 12 to France to go up into 8th, I think that could be. Right behind Switzerland. Jeffrey, next one to vote here. These are the lower points. 8 points to Denmark there. 10 points to Germany, moves all the way to the top of the right side, and the 12 to Norway to go up into 3rd there. The Bosnian Herzegovina are really, what's it called? Flying the flag for, nice reference, flying the flag for the old Yugoslavia here. Slovenia and Croatia have a combined 7 points so far. Jamie L. Street, good one, gives 12 points to Bosnia and Herzegovina, puts them further up there on the left side. We need diverse voting. We definitely have that today, I'd say. It's a lot of different songs getting points here. The flag for Bosnia and Herzegovina is wrong. It's not my fault. It's ScoreWiz. They don't have the old one. Tograva Ceterum here gives 12 points to Norway. I would have added the old flag if I could, but you can't on this. Same thing with the Zoar once met Fazla. Zoar also wanted the old Bosnia and Herzegovina flag and had that on um, Darren's website, but ScoreWiz doesn't have it, so that's why. 12 points to Ireland, though, which puts them 15 points ahead of Sweden now. Norway's absolutely in the mix as well. Robin, tout simplement, rate my French out of 0 to 0. 8 points to the Netherlands there, 10 points to Ireland, and the 12 from Robin goes to Switzerland, puts it ahead of the Netherlands there. I think that's 9th place, somewhere around there anyway. ESC Leos, 23rd voter. Iceland making some moves there. Greece up into 4th. Denmark with an 8. 10 points to France. And the 12 to the United Kingdom. All the way up into the top 5. The UK goes. Annie N, my all-time fave year. Nice to see. Not a bad shout for having a favorite year. I think this is a very strong year as well. Let's see what your favorite is. UK with a 10 there. And the 12 from Annie in the favorite year goes to Sweden. Sweden 9 points behind Ireland there. Miss when Austria was top 5. Yeah, that's a while ago now. They're down in 11th. Groot, your French is still better than my Korean. Thank you, Andy. Moro, Basque flag. Yes, today we added it. Indeed. 10 points to France there and the 12 to Norway. Nothing for Ireland now for 2 sets of votes, which means we have 9 points separating the top 3. Jimmy's 2001. Some smaller points for both Ireland and Sweden there. Greece all the way up into 4th. Bosnia puts itself in 6th there with an 8. 10 points to Norway. And the 12 to Denmark all the way up into top 5 it goes. 6 points between the top 3 now. Durit, 27th voter. Lower points there. 7 for Ireland. France and the UK moving upwards as well. 8 points to Netherlands, goes into the triple digits. 10 points to Denmark, up into 4th. And the 12 to Norway. Norway and Ireland separated by 1 point now. Norway's really clawed themselves into this. Dudesh and his broken hand. Feel better soon, Dudesh. 7 first points for Turkey there. Still remains in 24th place though. UK moves a lot of places with that 10, and the 12 from Dudesh goes to Switzerland. Next up is Mr. 1978. Ireland with a 5 to go back ahead. Turkey moves out of Croatia there. Turkey gets 2 sets of votes right after each other. 10 points to Bosnia and 12 to Netherlands. Goes up into 7th place with that. I mean, it's so close between Denmark all the way down to the UK. They're separated by 8 points. And how many countries are in that mix? A lot of them. Let's just say that much. More cha-cha-cha lyrics coming up here. 10 points to Denmark. Goes up into 4th. And the 12 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. The top 2 getting nothing there. Which gets all of the other ones, closing in on them. Could we have like a battle for the win between all of these countries at the top? It's not looking unlikely, Elendil puts Finland up on the left side here with an 8. 10 points to Norway to take over the lead. And the 12 to Greece to put them in top 5. Yeah, Israel's still on 0. We'll see how long they'll stay there. Iemanton Al-Siyai. Some little Barber Dex reference there from Anton. 8 points to Italy to go top half. Croatia with a 10. And the 12 to Denmark. Puts them tied with Sweden there. Next is all of Tibor's thoughts, which is a Norway reference. Let's see if Norway also gets some points. Ireland currently in the lead there with a 7. Portugal goes top half with an 8. 10 points to Germany. And the 12 to Norway. They're back in the lead. This has to be the widest spread of votes in Group Division history. So far, it's looking like it. We'll see if it's going to be maintained throughout. Jair Simoni, this is the halfway mark of the jury vote. 8 points to Switzerland. 10 points to Israel. That's their first points. They got 10. Huge. And 12 points to Ireland, puts them within striking distance of Norway again. Israel got their first points there, 10 of them. Huge. Toipa with serious votes for once. Some points for Sweden. Are you alright there, Toipa? Croatia with an 8, moves a few places with that. Bosnia and Herzegovina with a 10 to go ahead of France. And Norway with a 12. Norway pulling away a little bit at the top there with 15 votes, 15 points ahead of Ireland now. Alexander C. from Sweden is the 36th voter. 8 points to Ireland. 10 points to the UK, closing in on the Netherlands there. And the 12 to Sweden, which moves it up into third. The votes are spread because this year is such a strong year, it may even beat 1999 in terms of quality. Every year beats 1999, almost. But yeah, it is because it's a strong year, I'm sure, as well. Scylla Nima Williams is the next voter here. 10 points to the UK, and the 12 to Ireland, which puts Ireland back in the lead. Next is Castilla-La Mancha jury from Yebes today. No idea how to pronounce that, but let's go for Yebes. 8 points go to Ireland there. 10 points to Austria. And the 12 to Israel. Huge! Israel moves from the last place. It's gotten a 10 and a 12 so far. And that's it. Moves up into, well, I can't count, 21st, surely. Henny here, the next voter, 8 points to Bosnia and Herzegovina, 10 points to France, and the 12 to Sweden. Next is Eurovision 1978. And these are the lower points shown on screen there. Belgium moving a little bit there. The United Kingdom moves up into 6th. 10 points to Ireland at the top, and 12 to Switzerland, which puts them a bit closer to Netherlands again. Dr. Ross is the devil you know. Good one. These are the first points there. France moving up a little bit. Sweden with an 8. 10 points to Ireland. And the 12 to the United Kingdom, all the way up into 4th. Striker from Portugal, 42nd voter. No movement from the first few points there. 8 points to Sweden. 10 points to Greece, goes up into 4th with that. And the 12 to Italy to put it on the top half instead of Portugal. Luis Lopez loves Dansband. You and me both. Only 6 points for Sweden though, which is the big Dansband song. 8 points to Switzerland, 10 points to Norway, and the 12 from Luis goes to Ireland at the top. Next will be Missilisi. And these are the lower points shown there. I have quite the gap from Portugal down to Slovenia there. So like the top 14 is a bit on their own. 10 points to France there. And the 12 to Italy to move it ahead of Finland there. Up into 12th place that would be. Tony Johansson felt emotional to Under stjärnorna på himlen. You and me both, Tony. Let's see if it gets any points from you then. 8 points to Italy there. 10 points to Belgium. Big moves for Belgium with that. And yeah, Denmark with the 12 goes all the way up into 4th with that. Spooks, birthday edition. Happy birthday, Spooks. Hope you've had a great day, and hope you've had a good ending of the day as well with a watch along and a voting. Hope you've enjoyed. Norway with a 10 here from Spooks, and the 12 to the United Kingdom puts it up into 4th. This is moving so fast. It's the same speed as always, but it's like so close in the voting that it feels like it's like much more is happening. And that's why it feels so fast, I guess. Ljubim te Pesmama Korsika gives 10 points to Turkey, and a 12 to Denmark, puts it up in 4th. Groot, does the list of voters matter anymore if it's all randomized? Yeah, I'm trying to use it to determine which ones are jury votes, but I might miss something somewhere because it's a lot to keep track of. Alemine Shirus. No points for Israel though. 12 points to Norway, which takes over the lead now. Ireland's had the lead for a while, but they got nothing there, and Norway got a 12, so Norway's back in the lead by 1 point. Mihailo gives Norway a further 7 points. France moves a little bit there as well. UK takes that 6th place back. Ireland back in the lead, and the 12 to Greece. Like every time someone gets a point, something is happening on the scoreboard. It's mad. Jemand als Steve, 50th voter. Spain and France moving a little bit with those points. Belgium with an 8. 10 points to Sweden. And the 12 from Steve goes to the United Kingdom. Up into 5th it goes. Next will be Fatslart Vandelay. And these are the lower points. Norway back in the lead there. Greece moves up as well. France goes back up ahead. 10 points to Netherlands. And the 12 to Bosnia and Herzegovina, all the way up into top 5. No name, 52nd voter. Lower points are shown there. Italy moves out of Austria. 8 points to Bosnia and Herzegovina. 10 points to Austria. And the 12 goes to France to go up into 6th. 1 point behind Bosnia and Herzegovina. I have to work soon, but I don't want to leave. Yeah, you can't leave now. This is very, very close. It's a very close voting session. One of the closest we've ever had for sure. Disco Daz here. 8 points to Slovenia, 10 points to Ireland, and the 12 to Norway. Is that the first time you've 12'd a ballad, Darren? It's usually the disco songs that gets the points from you, but maybe we're running out of them in the 90s here. Alle pan mine tankar, with some smaller points there. 8 points to Slovenia, 10 points to Italy, and the 12 to Norway. I don't think I've ever seen such a close year. 8 songs have over 200 points. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Proper Charliel Tsuvait. I see what you did there. Charlil Tsuvait, I guess I should say then, maybe. I'm not sure. 10 points to Slovenia and the 12 to Ireland. Slovenia's actually started to catch up to Portugal and Finland a little bit. They've gotten a few big points. Ellen, the Aussie who never sleeps. Yeah, I think we can we can sign on to that one. Doesn't sleep regular hours, that's for sure. France with 8 points, 10 points to the UK to go into the top 5 again, and Sweden with a 12. Norway and Ireland separated by 3 points. That's something, isn't it? Alle mine cat votes puts Ireland ahead of Norway there again. 8 points to the Netherlands, 10 points to Sweden, and the 12 to Norway to go back ahead of Ireland in the lead. Next is Dr. Vrede Seger, not Swedish Vrede though. Yeah, Vrede in Swedish means like rage or anger or yeah. So no rage tonight. Portugal with a 10 there to go into the triple digits, spot on, and a 12 to Netherlands. Closes up on Greece there with that. Greece has fallen back a little bit, but I mean it's still very close, of course. Yeah, like from Denmark down to Greece, it's 18 points, so don't mind me. I'm just talking rubbish. Crimson gives 8 points to the Netherlands there, 10 points to Ireland, and the 12 to Greece indeed. So now Greece is only 6 points behind 4th. So, yeah. As Wogan would say, this is going right down to the wire. It is indeed. 60th voter now, which is Isabel Nacidade. Gives 8 points to Italy, 10 points to Norway, and the 12 to Finland. Finland 1 point behind Portugal there. Anna from Switzerland, 61st voter. France moves up into the top 5 there. 8 points to the UK, 10 points to Ireland, and the 12 from Anna goes to Austria. It's like the votes are so spread out. It's so crazy. We do have a pretty clear top 2 though. Those two are probably going to be the top 2 in the jury vote once everything is over, because we only have 6 voters left here. Belgium gets 8 points there, moves them up a lot of places. Ireland with a 10, and the 12 to the United Kingdom goes into 4th with that. Andy, yeah, I can't never say your last name, but salutes Greek cameraman. All right. Is it actually, like, is the cameraman actually Greek, or is surely it's just the Irish delegation, right? Who, like, films. I don't know. Anyway, 12 points to Norway. But, like, you don't bring your own cameraman for your performances, do you? It's an Irish cinematographer, I would assume. Santi is the fourth last voter. Of course, he votes for Spain. Why wouldn't he? Uh, 10 points to Denmark, and the 12 from Santi goes to Greece. Puts it up into sixth there. Only 5 points behind fourth place, which currently UK holds now. As Grey Havens from Portugal puts Ireland and Norway on the same amount of points here. 8 points to Belgium, 10 points to Norway, which puts them ahead of there again, and the 12 goes to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Cinematographer might be too grand a term to use. I mean, they do plan out what shots to use. Vanokas from Angola gives 8 points to Croatia here, 10 points to France, and the 12 to Norway. That means Norway has actually won our jury vote, because regardless of what I vote for here, I'm going to slow it down a little bit, Ireland can't catch Norway. These are my lower points anyway. The UK and Bosnia and Herzegovina are on the same points in the jury vote. France 1 point behind them. 10 points to Sweden, and the 12 from me goes to Denmark. Puts them all the way up into fourth with that 12. I'm slowing it down as much as I can now for the televote. Before the televote starts, I think we should actually just take a look, because it's been so crazy this voting session. Things have happened all the time. Let's take a look at the actual standings of the jury vote. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to go through the top 10 that we have. In 10th, Switzerland. They are kind of far away from the top 9, though. The top 9 is a bit further ahead, but Switzerland a little bit on their own there in 10th. Netherlands, 239 points in 9th. France, 8th, 266. Both Bosnia and Herzegovina and the United Kingdom have 267, so they're 6th and 7th. Greece in 5th, 273. Denmark in 4th on 275. Then Sweden is in 3rd, 315. Ireland in 2nd on 357. And Norway is currently leading on 381. Alright, now we've got the jury votes in. What is the predictions now? Who's going to win this? Give me the top three. Are these three going to be the top three, or will we have a huge televote score for another country somewhere? And who's going to win this one? Let's go. Now it's time for the televote. I'm slowing it down as much as I can. Start with Cyprus. Cyprus gets 48 points, which puts them not in the hundreds, but 74 points. Obviously, there are more televote points to give out than the jury score, so do remember that. Turkey up next, and they get 21 points. Not a lot, but, well, yeah, they don't beat Cyprus, so they could get lost. Israel is the next one to get their points. They get 4 points. Yeah, Israel is probably finishing last with that, unless Iceland gets 1 or 0 points here. Iceland gets 32 points, which puts them behind Cyprus, actually. Yeah, 63 points for Iceland. Luxembourg, next one. They get 16 points, which actually puts them behind Turkey. So Israel, yeah, Malta could score low as well, you know. How many points do Malta get? Malta get 42 points, which actually puts them ahead of all of the songs that have gotten points so far. So the bottom three will be Israel, Luxembourg, and Turkey. That's already confirmed. Germany up next here. And Germany get 74 points, which puts them on 127. So they got into the hundreds. Croatia up next here. And Croatia get 66 points, which actually puts them behind Germany by 1 point. So they got beaten by Germany by 1 point there, Croatia. Belgium is the next one to get their points. Only 36 points for Belgium, which makes that they don't crack to the triple digits. 97 points for Belgium. So they get beat by Croatia and Germany. Let's see Spain next. Spain gets 77 points, which puts them ahead of Germany there, yeah. 139 points for Spain in total. Slovenia is the next one. And Slovenia gets 184 points. Oh, that's huge compared to what we've had so far. Puts them very far up. Big score for Slovenia there. Finland up next. And Finland get 109 points. It's still triple-digit amount of points, but they get comprehensively beat by Slovenia. 184, that's a really big amount. Portugal next, and Portugal will get 151 points. So they're also beaten by Slovenia, actually. Yeah, 277 points Portugal end on there. Austria next. Austria get 196 points. That's also a lot of points. We're starting to rack up a lot of points now for the songs. We'll see if someone's gonna get a low score again. Italy get 192. Does that mean they end on the same amount of points as Austria? We'll have to look into the tiebreaker on that. Who got the most 12s of them? They end on the same points. Switzerland next up here, who was top 10 with the jury, 231 points from the televote, which means they're absolutely top 10 with the televote as well, because no one has scored over 200 up until that point. Netherlands, next one. Netherlands get 357 points. That's that's a lot. 596 they're up on. All right then. Netherlands with a huge score there. France up next. And France get 416. How many points do we get left like after the 416 and 357? That's a huge score for France as well. Points are starting to run out, I think. United Kingdom up next. United Kingdom get 331. That actually puts... They beat the Netherlands by 2 points. But they get beat by France, actually. Wow. Bosnia and Herzegovina up next. Bosnia and Herzegovina get 375 points. It's huge. Like, all of these point tallies puts them ahead of the UK and the Netherlands there, but behind France, actually. France got a huge score from the televote there. Greece up next. Let's see what Greece gets. Greece gets 380, which is definitely putting them ahead of Bosnia. Behind France, though, yeah. Greece also get beat by France. It's because all of these countries were so close to each other in the jury vote. Denmark, next one to get their televote score. And Denmark get 274. That puts them behind all of these. Yeah, fourth in the jury vote. Not to... I think that's like ninth in the televote, assuming the top three got a lot. Yeah, it's an unfortunate score for Denmark. Still gonna get a top 10 finish. 3 more televote results to go here. Sweden will be the first to receive. And Sweden will get... Yes. 424 points. So that's even more than France got, which puts them in the lead. 57 points ahead of France. So Sweden's definitely being in the top 3 today. Ireland is the next one. Let's see how many points Ireland get then. How many do they need to get ahead of Sweden? I can't count that now. Ireland get 416. That's enough to beat Sweden for sure. That's definitely enough. Yeah, 773. But I mean, in the last 2 votings, we had like 900 points for the winner. Norway needs a big score to match those kind of numbers. But let's see here. How many points? Norway need 393 points to beat Ireland. Ireland or Norway is going to win this. Norway needs 393 points. Norway gets... Yes. How many points do Norway get? 304! That's a They don't even pass Sweden. They barely pass France. They barely even beat France. 304. That's a massive difference. Ireland is the winner. Wow, Norway's score is so low for being the jury winner. Oh my. All right, that's like I get that Ireland could have won like pretty easily, but Norway didn't beat Sweden, barely beat France. Ireland's the winner. Here are the final results. Hope you hope you enjoyed that voting session. That was exciting beyond words. Oh my. Okay. Israel finished in 25th, 33 points. Luxembourg in 24th on 48. Turkey in 23rd on 49. Iceland in 22nd on 63. Cyprus in 21st on 74. Malta in 20th on 82. And Belgium in 19th on 97. Those countries did not get triple digits of scores. Croatia did. 18th place, 126 points. 127 points for Germany to finish 17th. 16th for Spain on 139, far behind 15th place Finland 229. Portugal, top of the right side, in 14th, 277 points. Only 8 points behind Slovenia, who ended up right in the middle there on 285. Italy and Austria, I need to check the tiebreaker for these. They tied, at the moment, they tied for 11th on 339. We'll see who got the most 12s. 418 points for Switzerland, very much on their own in 10th, actually. Ninth place for Denmark there in the end, 549 points. 596 for Netherlands in 8th, and 598 for UK in 7th. Bosnia and Herzegovina, 6th on debut. You can't complain about that one. 642 points for them. Greece with another top 5 finish, 653 points there. France in 4th. The top 5 finish for France for the 4th year in a row, I think. 90, 91, 92, 93. They finished top 5 every time. 682 points for France and 685 in the end for Norway, who ended up in 3rd. Sweden with another 2nd place, 739 points for them, and Ireland won this one, 773 points. Now I will, of course, take a look. We have the, just give me a second, should be the, yeah, here it is. I'll show you in just a second. There we go. This is Darren's website, of course. And yeah, everything's already been calculated out. Look at these low scores on these. Like, if I remember correct, like, when I do the compilation later, the top songs of this year, they're gonna be so low in it because it was so even. So it really, like, tells you a lot about the years. I mean, mainly Rhapsodia scored like 60% of the votes when it won in 92. And here the winner got 43%. It's huge. But yeah, as we can see, we can actually see Darren has added tiebreaker to help me out here. Number of 12s, which means Italy beat Austria, yeah, because they got one more 12 than Austria did. So yeah, Italy in 11th, Austria in 12th. This has to be the lowest points for winner so far, percent-wise. I think so. I'm pretty sure it is. 43% is very, very low. Let's actually take a look at we have, of course. Why is nothing happening? Okay. We have, of course, the wiki page with the scores of all the winners. I mean, you can just tell. Nel Blu di Pinto di Blu scored twice the amount, like double of what Ireland scored here when they won in 58. Obviously different times, but still, like, double. 43% puts you in the company of the songs down here. How many was it spot on that it got? 43-23. So between Uma Flor de Verde Pinho and Insieme 1992, both of those songs finished 3rd. And percentage-wise, it comes right between those. It's behind a song like Ianixi, which came fourth just a few watch-alongs ago. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Um, you can also see here Norway, a lot of 12s for Norway. A lot of 12s for Bosnia, a lot of 12s for Denmark compared to the songs around it. France got a lot of not 17s, a lot of 10s, which puts them up here regardless of their low scoring amount of 12s. Ireland just really consistent with all kind of scoring, which really made them win this, I guess. Um, Everyone got at least a top three set of points, which is always something, you know. Um, the highest ranking songs to not get a 12 is Portugal here in 14th, and yeah, the lowest scoring song to get a 12 is of course Israel. Uh, so yeah, are we happy, sad about the results today? Let me know. If anything, I think we haven't had a voting session as exciting as today's one in. Have we ever had it? I'm asking you, have we ever had a more exciting voting session? Perhaps, perhaps, but I'd like you to let me know. Um, very, very, very exciting this one, and yes, so many good songs. It's been a wonderful evening, I'd say, listening to these songs again. And of course, we'll do another watch along soon. I'm not planning on any more this week. If I am, it would be towards the weekend, but I'm not really sure if there will be one. But I will announce it a little bit like more time before as well, for the next potential watch along. But don't count on it to be in the next few days because that's not gonna happen. Uh, yeah, when Netherlands came back against Denmark in '57, yeah, that was a very exciting one as well, Andy. I agree with you. Very weird session as well with UK racking up a bunch of 12s there at the end as well. Um, really exciting. Love this new system with the televote. Thank you, Steve. I do really like it as well, and it wouldn't be possible to do it so conveniently without Darren. So again, a huge thank you to him. Um, it's a good result, but Denmark deserved even more than they got. Thanks for a great evening. I obviously agree. I would have liked to see Denmark way higher. I would have liked to see them win, but I mean, ninth is better than 22nd, where they finished in real life. Groot, do you want to show the televoter list? I can do that. Do I do it like? Yeah, here is everyone who's in the televote. Um, yeah, and their points. I'll just scroll through it slowly in case you want to see if you can find your name somewhere here. I'm doing it very, very slowly. And if you don't see yourself here, well, then then your votes didn't count, and I apologize. But everyone should be on here. If you voted correctly, you should be on here. All right, all good. Yeah, I'll share all of the voting statistics and everything like tomorrow, I guess, because tonight, no way, I'm going to bed. But yeah, it's been wonderful to have all of you here today. As my phone is yelling at me to charge. And yeah, 1994 is up next. We'll see when we watch that year, but it's gonna be soon, of course, but not in the next few days. I can tell you that much because there's a lot of stuff going on at work now in this week. Um, so yeah, that's that, I guess. Obviously, I will prepare a little listening session to In Your Eyes here. Groot, you need to get some propaganda going on if you want Sweden to finally win a Groovy title. Listen, Andy, you need to understand the propaganda you talk about. It doesn't work. I mean, you kept saying that I've been doing Belgium '78 propaganda ever since we started doing the watch-alongs. Look where Belgium '78 finished. It finished third. It doesn't work. I don't even know how should I do my propaganda, Andy? Give me some suggestions to make Sweden win once. Obviously, I don't want Sweden to win the next watch-along though. Like Sweden isn't my winner for quite a while, I'd say. Yeah, yeah. You can do the propaganda, Andy. Does it usually work for you? I'm not sure. It sure did in '74, right? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today and send good songs, lol. Yep. Yeah, it's just that easy, you know. Just send better songs and then you'll do well. Sweden '94 is good, better than Eloise. Sweden '94 is good, but it shouldn't win, should it? If it wins, very interesting choice. Uh, yeah, great one tonight. I will leave you with some Niamh Kavanagh singing "In Your Eyes" for the finale here, and yeah, see you soon again. Take care of yourselves until whenever we meet again. Bye bye.